Here we are chilling poolside, and you guys know me at this point. I love getting great stories of individuals from all across the country and being able to share them with you guys. And I've been talking to Tom here recently, learning more about him and his journey. Man, it just inspires me to continue to do more and continue to do more. Tom, what's going on, man? How are you?
Wow, man. I'm doing good. How are you, Nick?
Fantastic, man. So when we were talking about your journey, right when you said this, I'm like, oh, that's the line. That's what we're gonna do. So first, let's start at living in a van and windsurfing. Tell me about that, Tom, because that's not the one that I'm looking at right now.
Right. So growing up in Portland, Oregon here, I was working just different jobs. I think I had like 20 jobs from when I was like 14 up until, 25.
Yeah.
Working in warehouses, airports, and flying and all that.
Yeah.
And I moved out to the Columbia Gorge and Hood River, and I wanted to windsurf. I saw these guys just killing it windsurfing every single year. And then in the wintertime, they would go up and snow ski.
Right.
So that's what I did. I just lived in a van. I lived that type of lifestyle on purpose.
Right. It was an intentional life, right?
Right. So ski instructor in the wintertime, windsurfing in the summer, just living that life on like $12,000 a year, believe it or not.
Wow. So tell me about your mindset going in. How do you prepare yourself to say I'm only going to be making $10,000 to $12,000 a year. I'm going to live in my van. I'm going to do these things. Tell me what's going through your mind here, Tom?
It was a point in my life, after my dad passed away and just all the, crap happens with everybody's life. And you just say, right. I'm done. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to go have fun now. Yeah. So I just designed it to where I was just going to go do that. When you're living on that amount of money per year, it doesn't matter how much you're making, as long as you're just enjoying yourself and having fun.
Right.
We travel down to Baja, Maui, windsurf all the time, and just live for the wind. That's all we did.
Live for the wind. Wow. Yeah. Y'all are pulling a quote from this, and I'm trying not to get too much. Okay. If y'all are pulling a quote from this, live from the wind.
Live for the wind.
Live for the wind.
Live for the wind.
So,
anyway, yeah, I mean, it was a great lifestyle, but eventually I got a little tired of it.
Yeah.
So I started up a small windsurfing company where I made the boom.
Right.
And that's the part that goes around the sail. And I started selling those down in Brazil, worldwide. And then there was enough of that. And then I said, I need to get my real estate license because I want to start investing. Yeah, right?
So walk me through living for the win to, man, I need to get my real estate license. Tell me about that, man. Because how do you make that drastic? That's a huge life change, right?
That was a total paradigm shift, going from just living that lifestyle to getting a structure and saying, okay, I'm going to do this now.
Right.
So it was really, I got into real estate investing. I bought all those books, used other people's money to buy rentals and all that, which I started to do. But then I thought, well, I need to get my real estate license because I can save the commission. So one thing led to another. And I remember when I was at my first broker with Century 21, the broker, he says, you're not going to make it in this business unless you get into coaching. Wow. So that first month, I got right into coaching, and all through the years, that was 27 years ago. That was back in '94. I've been in coaching since then.
Wow.
And I've been, the last 6-7 years, I have been a coach. So I learned the trade of doing that. So quite a journey.
So, all right. So Tom, I got a question here for you.
Yeah.
If you could go back in time to that, Tom getting fresh into real estate, what would be one piece of advice you would give him?
Give to brand new agents, you mean, or
give to you? If you could travel back in time and speak to yourself when you're getting into real estate, what would be like one piece of advice you would give yourself?
Well, I really wish EXP was alive and going back then, and I would say get into EXP. That's a great question. I don't know if I would really even do anything different because I was I just took to heart what my coaches told me. They said, okay, you need to, make so many contacts per day, and you need to do this and this and this, have a structured life. And that's the way I did it. And then I became pretty successful faster, by doing that, by listening and being coachable.
Right.
So I don't know if that answers your question, but I mean, it's like, I don't think I'd trade anything because I went through the school of hard knocks for quite a few years, and I had to learn that stuff. And today's generation, I mean, I hate to say it, but a lot of people, they just just expect leads to come to them, or they buy their leads, and they don't get character built by going out and hitting doors or cold calling.
Is that the generation, or is that what's promised by a lot of agents and brokers though too? Right.
Yeah. Right. I mean, I totally agree. It's like, there's so many people that say, okay, do it this way. I mean, you can go on Facebook and you go into all those groups, and the groups, you see a new agent and they say, hey, I'm brand new to real estate. What's your words of advice? And then 1,000 different opinions because they want the easy, fast answer. Okay.
Right.
The easiest, fastest answer is to almost do what you don't want to do. Go talk to people. Okay. Call up the people that you know. Tell them that you're in real estate now. Who do you know that's thinking of buying or selling? Reach out to everybody and do the hard work because everybody's trying to do the freaking easy work right now.
Everybody, yeah, man. Yeah. And with going into, I want to come back to your journey too. So how did you first get involved with Tom Ferry? Like, how did that come about? Where again, man, I still can't get over the fact that you are traveling for the win, and now just X amount of years later, you're crushing it in real estate. You're coaching with Tom Ferry. You've been doing that. Where did that transition come into your life?
So yeah, I'm not a coach for him anymore. Great company, but I was with his dad, Mike Ferry, from like 97, 98. I was in one of the original one-on-one coaching programs back then.
Wow.
So I learned all that, Mike I love him. He's a great guy, but did that for, I don't know, up until 2008 or 9. And then I got into Tom and became a coach for Tom, and rest is history. So
let me ask you this, Tom. What have you been able to take from windsurfing and living in a van and applying to real estate?
That's a good question. Man, I would say, and this is the way I coach a lot right now and teach a lot. I'm all about the law of attraction.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm all about being patient now, because when I was younger and I first got into real estate, if it was to be, it was up to me, right? And a lot of people do have that mindset, and I did too. Knock on so many doors, cold call so many people, you're going to make the numbers happen, right? But you can get burnt out on doing that. And if it's not true to who you are, then people are going to sense that. You might be successful for a little bit, but then you're going to revert back to who you really are and what you really want out of life and how you treat people. So right now, I'm more about really caring for people, listening to their needs. And if I portray that and convey that out, it comes back to me tenfold.
Yeah.
So I'm all about that. By as long as I put that out there, you probably see all my Facebook posts. I'm all about, right? So if I put that out there, it comes back so much faster and it feels so much better because, the phone will just start ringing. Hey, we're thinking about selling our house. And I'm not even, cold calling anymore like that. So,
right.
We
always run into these problems in business or these things that we have to overcome. So, you made the move to EXP a little bit ago. Right. How long ago was that exactly?
That was only about a year and a half ago. Yeah.
So what or something different, or like how did that come across?
You got cut off there. How did what?
So like going into like, what was there a problem you were trying to solve in your business that EXP was able to solve for you?
Oh yeah, man. I mean, it's like every 5 years I would say, okay, I'm going to retire from selling homes. Okay, I'm coaching. That's good, but every 5 years I would say that. So what got me into the EXP is pretty much the rev share. Okay, I see that I can now have a point of retirement from the rev share. That's what got me into it. There's a lot of people that say I'm not about that. I'm about, the KV core or the cloud-based. But for me, Nick, I want to get back to the freedom of windsurfing, of skiing. Okay, that's what I like. I mean, I love selling homes. Don't get me wrong. But you put me in front of a seller to sign a listing contract for $1 million or go put me on the ski slopes. I don't know, dude. I might be picking that. Right. So,
man, so the is still calling Tom.
I'm all about the freedom right now with the rev share. That's why I got into EXP. Okay. This is the best model that I've ever seen for any real estate company. You getting cut
Tom,
off?
I know people are going to let me ask you this. How can people get a hold of you? Where can they go to get more information about you?
Oh, they can call me or text me at 503-421-2109, or actually email me at thomas.hale@exprealty.com. Yeah, man. Or just message me on Facebook. I'd love to chat with people, Sure appreciate it, man.
I love it, Tom.
Where are you at right now?
Go ahead. I am just hanging out at my pool. I was sitting down here and I just we were talking about your journey. We were talking about things like, over these past couple of days. And I just had an itch to go live with you, man. I just felt like people needed to hear your story and hear what was going on. And
I'd appreciate it. I mean, I love the journey that I've lived. And, my parents always told me the variety is the spice of life. Try many things, open and read many books. Doesn't mean you have to, do that, but, check out life and what it has to offer. And I think with real estate, that's one of the biggest things that it's allowed me to do is have a great life with the big homes and the fancy cars, and you can do all of that. But when you get to a certain level of doing that, you always come back, and I've always heard this, you come back to where your heart is. I mean, honestly, I would really rather be out windsurfing or snow skiing or just, having fun like that, or fishing up the gorge or kayaking. I'm very outdoorsy. So that's who I am. Some people like to just work all day, but I don't think they really know who they are, I think sometimes, or what they really want in life. Okay. But real estate, I think, is really a great avenue to find that out for yourself and, move forward in life with, what you want to do.
And I think it's important, I always say real estate's what we do. It's not who we are, right? We're people. We have goals. We have other things that we do here.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I mean, it just allows you to, do more things in your life. Right.
I love it. Tom, we got people asking for your number. We're going to go ahead and drop it in the comments right here after we're done. Tom, thank you so much for coming on Live with Leaders. And we'll see you guys on the next one.
Thank you so much.